And here's section 6. I'll play it and then I'll teach it. Here's section 6, lick number 1. For this one, we're going to venture more into how rock guitar players interpreted the early Chuck Berry sounds into a more rock-sounding form. Here's what this one sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this one, we're going to use many of the same devices, the double stop and the bends on the 3rd string, but we're going to play, rather than relentless driving double stops, we're going to play single notes. So here's what this one is broken down like. You're going to start with a bend on the 3rd string from fret 7 to 9 using your 3rd finger. Now for this one, you want to be more or less in tune. You don't want to just throw the note up there somewhere as Chuck Berry would have done 30 years prior to this. You want to make this one pretty precision. What I would do, in order to bend in tune, I've practiced this a lot, play the note that you're bending to, but play it on a fixed fret like the 2nd string at the 5th fret. And then go to the 3rd fret, bend your note, and match pitch. When you can match pitch, and then you need to train your muscle memory to bend that up and memorize about where it is. Okay, that just takes a little practice, so be patient. So you're going to play the bend, and then the double stops on the top 2 strings at the 5th fret, but this time, rather than together, you play them separately. And then you repeat that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's section 6, lick number 2. For this one, it sounds like this. Again, rhythmically oriented rock framework. So, play the A note on the 5th fret of the 1st string and start by bending the G note on the 2nd string up to A. And again, you can match pitch. And then when you get that in your muscle memory, then it sounds better. So I tend to bend with my little finger, supporting with my 2nd and 3rd fingers. However, a lot of people bend with their 3rd finger, which is perfectly acceptable. Matter of fact, probably most rock guitar players would bend like that because it's the 3rd finger, let's face it, is a stronger finger in most cases. So I'm going to go bend, then hit the fixed note twice. Then bend again, hit the fixed note twice, bend and hit the fixed note once. And again. Here's section 6, lick number 3. Here's what it sounded like as you recall. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to start in the 5th position, and we're going to start by playing the 7th fret of the 1st string and bend it up a half step. Then down to the 5th fret of the 1st string, back to the 7th fret, bend it up a half step. Now release it without picking. So in other words, so you go down, up, down, up, then release the bend without picking. And then at the 5th fret of the 1st string, then down to the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And do that twice, as I just did. Then we're going to play the single notes descending, and they start out like this. 5th fret of the 1st string, 8th, 7, 5 on the 2nd string. Then 7 on the 3rd string, 5 on the 2nd string, 5 to 6 on the 3rd string, 7 to 5 on the 2nd string, slide into 6 on the 3rd string, and then end on 7 on the 4th string. Let's hear what that sounds like one more time. Just this lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Single notes. Here's section 6, lick number 4. Here's what it sounded like if you recall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting on the 2nd string, 7th fret, hit the note and bend it up a half step. Down to the 5th fret, 7th fret, hit it again with an upstroke and bend it up a half step. Now release the bend. I bring my hand out here so it's very obvious. Release the bend without picking. That's important. Then down to the 5th fret of the 2nd string, 7th fret of the 3rd string, slide into the 6th fret of the 3rd string, 5th fret of the 2nd, 7th fret of the 3rd. Now watch. I'm going to slide with my first finger into the 6th fret of the 3rd string, 7th fret of the 4th, and then 9 to 7 on the 5th string. Sets up a great fingering for this little arpeggio. And then I'm going to play the double stops. You can do them with a bar. I like doing them with 2 fingers here for some reason. You're going to slide into from a half step below, frets 7 on strings 5 and 4. Now, the tricky part about this is you can't hit the whole guitar. You've got to restrict your picking so it's very limited, the amount of distance you're traveling, so you don't hit any unwanted strings. So keep it tight and concise. And don't forget to play it near the bridge here. Here's section 6, entirely through at a reduced tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4.